Hi friends, welcome to this part 18 of AWS Solution Architect Professional. Do not forget to refer this playlist here. It has lots of questions and videos on AWS Solution Architect Professional. Now you can also see playlists linked with other certifications like DevOps, Engineer. I have some thumb rules which will help you with certification on AWS, on Certified Developer Associate, and a lot of them solution architect. And I also have contents around Azure certifications like AZ 900 and many more, DP 300, AI 900, DP 900, and so on. So please leverage these contents for clearing your certification exams. In this video, we will look at questions linked with these three topics. Please subscribe to this channel and hit the like button. Subscription and likes helps me understand the pulse of the audience and I can post more contents around this. Take a pause, read this question and come back. See, if you read this question, there are too many things happening. But what we need is just one pain point. The pain point is if there is a web application, okay, and there is a logging functionality which logs each and every activity. Now this functionality becomes very slow. So we have to solve this pain point. So when we solve this, we will take the example of, say, DHL or UPS courier service. So take this example of DHL. So when you go to DHL and say that I want to send a courier to New York, you give the package to DHL, but DHL does not wait till the courier reaches New York before they dispatch the courier of some other person. What it means is it is not a synchronous activity, it is a asynchronous activity. See, if there are 10 people in the queue, the first one sends the package to New York and the second one has to send the package to California. Then it DHL does not say, okay, let the first package reach New York and then I will send your package to California. So it is the same way we have to convert synchronous transactions into asynchronous transactions. Synchronous means if someone gives you food now, you eat it immediately. Asynchronous means you buy your food and you can eat it at your leisure. Asynchronous. See, the first solution, that is this one, it is wrong. It is talking about hosting your log files on EBS. See, log files, where are they hosted? They are usually kept in S3. So EBS, it is expensive. Second is, it will not solve this problem of bottleneck. See, in layman's term, I gave you example of that DHL. So consider that you have sent a package to New York, and unless that package reach New York, the other guy's package to California will not be sent. Okay. So A is just like an option where we say, oh, you know what? I will be delivering your courier using Ferrari, or I have an Afro origin man who can run very fast. So this higher IO is just like a person you have a courier man who can run very fast. That is not the solution. Okay. In fact, it sounds very illogical. See, the second one says you put the logging and the app server on separate servers in the same zone. Oh man, they are going to put on separate servers. What does that mean? That means you are adding network latency. You will make the process even slower because to travel from one server to the other, it will take time. Now see, it says you put both servers in the same instance. So network latency is shorter. See, earlier we told it will add network latency if we put on two different servers. Now they have solved it. Will it still work for us? See, this solution is just like, I will put my truck, the courier truck, close to the courier plane so that there is no latency. They can download the packages from the plane to the truck immediately. Will that solve it? No, it will not solve it, because till the courier is delivered, you are not allowing me to accept any other package from any other person, because the transaction is synchronous. So this is wrong as well. So we are left with one option which looks correct. The first piece is they are saying create a separate model for logging. So there is a separation, and then they are saying we will use SQS. Fantastic. What SQS does is it adds asynchronously. It is very good for distributed systems or microservice based systems. So in the courier service example, what SQS does is it says, boss, I have accepted the package. We will send it to New York. Don't worry. Let me accept the other packages. And your package is in the queue. It will not get lost. Similarly, here, your data is in the queue. It will not get lost. It will be processed when uh, people have time to deliver your data and etc. When I mean people, that means resources in the system. So what we did is we made synchronous operations, converted them into asynchronous. So now DHL can accept packages from all other people, and they don't have to wait for a package to be delivered to accept other packages. So this is the right option, right answer. Now let us look at question 55. So this again looks a long question, but we have to just identify the pain points. Cut the clutter. Everything in the question is not important. You will have to understand what are the key things which are important. So I have identified two pain points. One is that the credentials are not recycled. A second is the database instances encryption is not enabled. Now, let me discuss what happens if these two are not in place. So if database credentials are not recycled, what happens? So if you have a system and someone hacks it today, so you are not changing your credentials frequently, so that person can have almost indefinite access to your database. They can access all the data sets. They can access PII information, that is personal sensitive information or personal identifiable information, like your credit card numbers, your social security numbers. Even if you see any corporate, you will always see that any system they usually ask you to reset or change the password every maybe a month or 45 days and so on. So that should happen. And the other problem is encryption at rest. So this is disabled at this point in time. What it means is, by any chance a person gets access to your database, like an illegal access, they can see all the PII, that is personal identifiable information, like your credit card. Imagine somebody gets in one hack and they get access to your credit card information, your social security information, and so on. Now, there are a lot of people who are new in the IT industry and they think that, okay, what happens if my Aadhaar number is leaked? It doesn't happen. I keep distributing it to so many people in India. Okay, so it is illegal. You should be very sensitive when you're sharing your Aadhaar number with n number of people. See, the first option A that I see, what they have done is they are trying to give a solution. So, what solution they have given for database credentials recycling? They will use Secrets Manager, which is a very good service to easily rotate, manage, and retrieve database credentials. That is exactly what we need. This problem they have addressed perfectly. And what was the second problem? That encryption at rest should be enabled. See, if you have a database and it is not encrypted, there is no setting that you can switch it down and now it will be encrypted. It doesn't work that way. You will have to create a snapshot of that database first in an encrypted manner. So just like this solution is doing, they are taking a snapshot. I am repeating this again. If a database was originally unencrypted, there is no setting that you can switch on to make it encrypted. The same database cannot be encrypted. You have to take a snapshot. You have to encrypt the copy of that snapshot. You have to replace that database instance with the new database instance, which is created on a encrypted snapshot. That is how you do it. So if any question comes that I want to go from unencrypted database to encrypted database, it is a cumbersome process. But in this question, this is the right answer. Now the second option B here. Okay, what this is saying is, hey, I will just use IAM style of authentication for the database. But this style of authentication still does not assure how will you rotate your credentials like passwords. How would you rotate it? So this question or this option B is not telling me that. Second, it says is they will grant a Lambda execution role to the database instance, modify the database instance, and enable encryption. So the second option, see, for the first problem for rotation of the credentials, they gave a wrong solution because they are just telling you that I will use IAM database. They are not telling you how will they rotate the credentials. Second is they will just saying that I will just modify the database instance and enable encryption. It doesn't work that way. If a database is unencrypted, you cannot make it encrypted just by changing one setting. You have to go via the snapshot route. So this answer is also wrong. Now here option C again, the first solution, they are not addressing how will they rotate the credentials. The second option where they are saying you will create an encrypted read replica to the database instance, promote the database replica. So this is done via snapshot. There is only one method. You cannot do it through the read replica. See, read replica, what will happen to the writes if you do it through the read replica and make it the primary node? See, creating a read replica, making it a primary node is a disaster solution. For example, for 1 hour your system goes down, then you can your primary database goes down. You can switch to the read replica, make it a primary for some time. But this is not a permanent solution. So hence this is wrong. And let's look at D. See, D, what is saying is it will store the database credentials in systems manager. Systems manager is used to gain insights into AWS and on-premises resources. It is not used for credentials, storing credentials. Okay. Credentials, logically, it means secrets. Secrets you store in secrets manager. Simple. So this is wrong. Then it is saying that you create another Lambda function to automatically rotate the credentials. That is crap. First of all, system manager will not store credentials. Second is rotation to Lambda is not the right solution. You should use a feature which has built-in capabilities to rotate the credentials, which is your secrets manager. And then it says you will create a read replica. So this I already established why this option is wrong when I explained option C. So this is my final answer. So we address two pain points. The so this is the red one is the pain point, and we gave the solution in green, that is the secrets manager. And then encryption at rest was disabled. So we gave a solution via encrypted snapshot copy and recreate the database. Now let's move to the next question. Okay, this looks very simple. So we have to tell that which statement is not correct, that is incorrect about EBS volumes. Will we get such simple questions in the certification exam? Yes, some questions will be of this nature. So option A says it's incremental. So incremental is correct. Snapshots are incremental. Like you can take a snapshot today and then you can keep taking the snapshot after 10 days, which keeps adding to that snapshot. It will not recreate a new snapshot with the whole set of data. See, it is logical, right? If you are providing a snapshot capability and you say that it's not incremental, it will do a truncate and load each and every time. You imagine over the span of 10 years, your snapshot will take so much of time because you have 10 years worth of data. That's why they have given a feature that snapshots are incremental. So this option is wrong because we need to find out what is incorrect. B says it is a point in time backup of the EBS volume, which is right. It is a point in time backup. Like if you take the snapshot yesterday, if you took the snapshot yesterday, it was the point in time backup of yesterday. If I take it today, it is a point in time backup of today. Point in time means as of today, whatever records I had, or whatever data I had in the EBS volume, the snapshots will contain that. So this is correct about EBS volume, and hence I'm marking this as wrong. C says it can be used to create an AMI. What is an AMI? AMIs are Amazon machine images. You can, if you go to your IT department and ask them for a laptop or a desktop, they will. So in your corporate, whenever you are taking a laptop, most likely they have a mirror image or an image that they use to recreate or install the operating system. So what it means is with the operating system, they will have all the licenses in the image, or for example, Word, Excel, PowerPoints, or any other like email services, or so on, or any other antivirus and so on, so that they do not have to install each and every software on each and every desktop or the laptop. Okay, so you can create an EMI from an EBS snapshot. It is possible, so that is correct. D is the only option left. It says it is stored in the same AZ as the volume. There is no mandate. It is not a hard and fast rule that it should happen this way, and hence this is wrong because we want to choose what is wrong. So EBS volume snapshots, you can store it in another AZ also. Okay, you can store it in another AZ, no problem. So this would be my final answer. Now please hit the subscribe button and the like button. Is helps me understand the pulse of the audience. So the pulse of the audience is the key. I will keep posting similar content. This brings us to the end of part 18. Please do not forget to refer this whole playlist on Solution Architect Professional. And there are so many other playlists on cloud certifications. You can browse through all of these playlists. These are very informative and all the questions are still relevant. So don't worry about the authenticity of the questions. So in this part, we looked at questions linked with these three topics. We went in depth understanding the concepts. Please remember, only concepts can get you through the certification exams. You may get same or similar questions, but if you know the concepts, you would be able to navigate very easily. See you in the next part.